Good morning, guys. I'm Eric V. I am Hoy Soy, that's right, and I am coming at you live from the floor of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. That's right, guys. Those of you guys who are in the chat room, I just did a chat blast. That should be for those of you guys who are there. Hey, Sean, good to see you. Glad you got that in after the chat blast. But yeah, guys, you know what we're talking about today? We're talking about, man, we saw some selling in the overnight session, didn't we, guys? We were talking about overlapping price activity, and nearly from the close yesterday to where we are now, we're down on 2 points on the ES. But yeah, guys, we're talking about some serious moves. We're talking about all the way from the 68 where we closed, all the way down into the 40s, into the 45s, 46, as well as the day, guys. If I look up at the board, 45 quarters. So clearly had some nice moves in the overnight session. That overnight session clearly provided a little bit of activity and overlapping price activity, guys. We did talk about it in the video that was posted up Friday into the close, rather just after the close. I did talk about how that selling that came in. Yeah, guys, we're talking about that. Let me go ahead and zoom in for you guys on the ES, and we'll talk about where we're at. We're talking about, let's go here. We're talking about this large bar here, overlapping. We're talking about a bearish engulfing bar. We're talking about how that bearish engulfing bar was not something nice to see. It was a little worrisome, even though we had some nice bid into the close. That bearish engulfing bar clearly said no mas, right? No more to the upside for the short term. We did get a little bounce into the close, but guys, overlapping price activity lower in the overnight session. Only finally, this morning did we finally find some invalidation of any sort of short lean, with support back into the middle of that previous area of balance that we established yesterday from the 55s all the way down to the 32s. So guys, up in the middle of that, we found a little bit of support, and we have been working our way higher. Let's talk about what we have, guys. Let's talk about what we have today. We are looking at on the ES, we do have no bias on the 4-hour time frame. Let's zoom out onto that 4-hour time frame so you can see what I'm saying. You can see what I'm seeing too. Yeah, guys, look at this. So we did have 4-hour area balances, right, that got put in. We clearly invalidated, right? We're talking about the we invalidated the 30-minute, right, at the 28.92s, guys, 28.92s, and we invalidated the 4-hour lean back into the 28.59s. And ever since then, guys, we've seen nothing but selling coming in. But clearly, my friends, clearly, we don't have enough days of a balance here in order to establish any of these areas of balance on a 4-hour time frame. On a 30-minute, yeah, no, most definitely, we can say that 4 days of overlapping price activity is a 30-minute balance. There's no doubt about it. We can establish that, right? But we can. I definitely think this is straight down, and we're starting to finally find some support at the bottom. We're starting to just see overlapping wide range chop on the 4-hour time frame, but no areas of balance established yet. So there's no reason to set up a 4-hour long lead on a 30-minute. Yeah, clearly though. Clearly, we have overlapping price activity on the 30-minute, and yeah, we do establish some short leans on the 30-minute time frame, guys. That we do have a short lean bias, guys, in the 30-minute wide range chop. The key areas, guys, I think, are the 84 quarters, which are the upper extreme of this area of balance that we have looked at here this morning. We did see spike above it, up into the 97s, but then we saw selling below it. So I do think that invalidates any sort of that, but yeah, guys, we are looking at the middle of this. This is generally, I do believe that this initiative out of balance doesn't really count. We're just kind of looking at this area with excluding some of this trade just slightly above and below. We are looking at this wider area here. Let's go ahead and activate that drawing. I think that's the one I want. It is not, but I'll get rid of it. And we'll go ahead and activate out that drawing. So yeah, guys, what we're talking about is this overlapping price activity that we have seen here, and what we're likely to see is resistance at the middle. If we trade back up through the middle of this area of balance, guys, we do target the upper extreme. Targeting the upper extreme, that 84, 85, 86 area. Guys, I think that is a key area. If we get back up through that, no, I do expect higher. I do. I'm not even going to be worried about this this 2800 area any longer. I'm gonna take that out of my area of concern. But right now, guys, the fight is here, right at the middle of this area of balance. I do think we do have on the 30-minute time frame. We've seen trade below, back up into the upper extreme. Trade back below, back into the middle, and then trade back to the low in the overnight session. So I do think that this is a key area. If we're going to roll back over, I think this is where it's going to happen. Short time frame, but guys, we are looking at those 85s at the upper extreme. I think selling the upper extreme in an area in a trend down, an established trend down. I think that's a good way to trade it. Validation is going to be sustained trade above that 85 to 86 ish. And we do have a long lean bias on the 5-minute time frame, guys. Key areas are price patterns into the 56 quarters, which are below us. So here we are looking at the 5-minute time frame. Clearly do have seen some bid come in off those lows. We're looking at the 56 quarters here. We could actually, with initiative out of balance up here to the upside, guys, up through the middle of that area, of this larger area of balance that we have established here to the left, guys, I think that we can say, hey, wait a second, what's going on here, right? And we can say that we can start bringing that up to the lower extreme here, and once we see initiative to the upside. But for currently, guys, we're looking at the 56s. We're trading the 66s last. So that is the ES. The ES is rocking it out, guys. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq, same thing on the 4-hour time frame, right? Yeah, look at that. So we have seen overlapping price activity on this Nasdaq, overlapping. We did talk about that 7,400 to 7,390 on the 4-hour time frame. That was clearly invalidated, guys, and we have seen overlapping price activity lower on the Nasdaq. I think that we could actually expand this out. Let's go here. Let's remove that drawing and let's expand that out, since we did have full overlapping price activity there. And but guys, let's take a look at what we're seeing here. See, we're unable to get back through the middle of that previous area of balance after that initiative out of balance, guys. This is not what we've seen on the ES. ES got within a couple, within 20 points of those lows in the last swing, down from 37th all the way down to the 12s, right? We are seeing nothing similar to that at all here on the Nasdaq. In fact, Nasdaq is hanging them out, guys, hanging them out here up on these upper, hanging out above the middle of that previous area balance on the 30-minute time frame, off those lows, off that 69.07 low, guys. We are trading the 71.52s last. So definitely something I want to bring to your attention, that that big selling that we had in the ES has not been mitigated, but guys, we're starting to see some mitigation of that in the Nasdaq. Nasdaq has been fairly weak, but technically here is behaving much better than the ES is. We're talking about the 64s trading last now, guys. 64s trading on the ES. We did have this morning. We did have this morning, guys. Some good numbers. We had we had New York Manufacturing Index, U.S. Empire Manufacturing, that did come in. We were looking for 19s, got 21s, guys, on that 21 spot ones. And U.S. retail sales, month over month for SEP, came in down spot 1%. We were looking for a build of spot 6%, guys. And X autos came in down spot 1. We were looking for spot 4, and then X auto and gas came in unchanged, guys, and we were looking for spot 3 on that. So, guys, business inventories are next at 9 o'clock, and then we have the U.S. selling 3 to 6 month bills. So yeah, don't forget, guys, new week, fresh start, new day, fresh start, new everything, fresh start, guys. it is a great day to be trading here. We'll see what occurs. We're down 4.5 points on the ES. We're down 21.5 a quarter in the Nasdaq, and down 45 in the Dow. But guys, we are seeing we're up 44.7 on the DAX, and even the FTSE is positive, up 17.8, guys. And what else do we have here, guys? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about the YM and the Russell. Let's go ahead and do it to it, guys. We are talking about the YM and the Russell. Guys, YM clearly the same thing. Hate to say it, but guys, still no 4-hour lean on that YM. YM is falls straight out of bed, right? Unable to establish anything in any sort of way of bias here on the YM, and unlike the Nasdaq, which was hanging out up here, right? We're talking about up here into the 700s, which would be the equivalent to the 500s to the 700s. Yeah, up on those recent highs above that the previous area of balance. Guess what, guys? We're seeing the YM at the lower extreme, just like in the ES. So, guys, clearly divergent activity between the Nasdaq, the ES, and the YM. The most recent two being in their own world, right? Or rather, Nasdaq being in its own world. So, guys, we clearly don't have enough time here to even establish anything in the way of a up here. We're talking about back into the fifth. Unable to say what, 1, 2, 3, 4 trading days. That's not enough for a 4-hour area of balance. So, guys, unable to see anything, especially after that initiative out of balance to the upside and fail back down to the lower extreme, double fail, and then massive selling. So, unable to see anything here in the Nasdaq. On the 4-hour time frame, on the 30-minute time frame, yeah. Do I think we can clearly establish some sort of a 30-minute short lean? If we can't, then I don't know what we're doing here, guys. Clearly are seeing overlapping price activity on this Nasdaq. I'm sorry, on this YM. Clearly overlapping price activity and hanging out on these recent lows. So, guys, did see a spike up, guys. We did see a spike down. We are kind of in an area of chop here, but yeah, we are accepting value currently, guys. We are accepting. It does appear to me that we are accepting value currently lower. We did try back lower and are working our way back into the middle of that area of balance, guys. However, this is to me, it does seem that this is going to be we're probably going to see a rotation all the way back down into below this key area, and probably fully rotate all the way down here, continuing the trend down. That's what my opinion seems to be currently. However, guys, on the 30-minute time frame, where are we looking at today? I think that's the important question, right? We do have on the YM, I think that we have that long lean bias on the 30-minute time frame, as we saw that trade all day into the afternoon, all day yesterday, guys. We have been unable to get to the middle of it. So we're talking about the 100s here. The 101s is where we're keeping that 30-minute bias on the YM, and we do have a long lean bias. Yeah, that's right, guys. You heard it here first, and we do have a long lean bias on the 5-minute. Let's zoom in on the 5-minute, and let's talk about why. So, yeah, clearly on the 5-minute here, guys, I'm going to zoom out once more. But, yeah, we clearly have overlapping price rotation. We did have a good reason to be short overlapping price activity lower down into that key support on the 30-minute time frame, and invalidated that short lean, guys, would trade back up through the 207s, and then we have seen initiative out of balance, overlapping price activity on these recent highs. So, guys, I think that we can say we've seen 1, 2, 3 areas of balance in this whole thing. Maybe flat trend if we find some support anywhere below. But before the time being, guys, I do think that being at the lower extreme, any initiative out of balance and downside, and trade back into or back above the 266, and yeah, I get some long, guys. I get some longs. I think that the 5-minute still holds true, and we are looking at the 223s, guys. 223s is what I have in the notes I just posted up. I'm pretty sure, yeah, long lean bias on the 5-minute. Key area is a price pattern into the 223s. So we'll see what happens if we rotate back down into those 223s. But that's what we're seeing for the time being. And then finally, last but not least, guys, we're talking about Russell. We're talking about some Russell as being the muscle this morning. Yeah, we have seen it rotate higher, guys. We've got that Russell up into a key area. Initiative out of balance, fail back below, guys. If we see continued trade below this, right at this key area where we're at right now, guys. Initiative out of balance, fail back through the lower extreme of that 1544 spot 4. Yeah, that starts to call into question that long lean on the 5-minute time frame that we had established this morning. So we will be keeping an eye on that. But guys, I think I'm going to put in invalidation here. We didn't have the long lean bias. We're looking at the key area being a price pattern into the 1541s, guys. But with that initiative out of balance that we've seen all the way up into the 48s and back down into the 45s again, I'm gonna invalidate, guys. I'm gonna put we're not looking for the 41s anymore. I'm gonna put invalidation. I'm just gonna leave invalidation, right? Invalidation is with sustained trade below 1544 spot 4. All right. And then the short lean bias on the 30-minute time frame, clearly we can see it. I think if we zoom out, just zoom, we're going to see here. Yeah, guys, we'll see something that starts in the upper left-hand corner, ends in the lower right-hand corner, you guys, on a 30-minute time frame. I think that we can clearly establish that we have seen overlapping price activity, and that we have, that we have seen, overlapping price activity within these areas of balance. But guys, clearly a stair step down, and that stair step down is bringing into focus the fact that that we do have this short lean. I could leave it. I mean, we're talking about from the 1575s all the way down into the 1561s. The middle of that is the middle of the area balance at 69, 68s. But I do think that this most recent activity that we have here, from the rotation all the way from the 76s all the way down into the 47s, the middle of that, I think, is a great area to be looking on our long lean. If that does hang out, which it looks like it's in the process of invalidating currently. That continues, guys. I think lightning at the 61 spot 9 is a great place to be doing it, and or looking for a price pattern to the downside, guys. So that's what we are seeing this morning, guys, is overlapping price activity and sustained trade below 1544 spot 4. We're trading the 39 spot 9s last, up into the 44 spot 3s again. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on this as the trading day progresses, my friends. That concludes Chart Talk for this morning, guys. That was 19 minutes of Chart Talk. I did a pretty stinking good job this morning, if I do say so myself. So guys, I do hope that you enjoyed this. Remember, this is FutureSquawk, and FutureSquawk is a lost child production, guys. Lost child production is dedicated every single day. Take the time to sit down and do this for you free. Well, for my subscribers who are with me all day, yeah, appreciate each and every one of you. But those of you guys who are listening on YouTube, yeah, free of charge for this service, and hope it is beneficial to you. Hope you are able to learn something, see something new, and appreciate the trading methods involved. It is, like I said, it is dedicated to my son, whom I miss. I spend every moment of every day thinking about you, thinking about how the trades I take are for you, my bro. I'm doing this in order to provide you what you need to have when we do have the opportunity to be together again. So lost child production, and you can reach out to us, guys, at FutureSquawk. You can go over to our website. You can find us on Twitter, guys, and also you can definitely be looking for. You can reach out, say hi at FutureSquawk.com, guys. We have a $5 1-week trial to the service, and you are more than welcome to join us and see if it's the right service for you. Again, thank you so very much. We do a live squawk from the floor every single day, and I hope that it is something that you're all about. Excellent. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, successful trading day, guys. keep it tight, and don't add to losers. All right, talk to you soon.